Super VIP to mga taga-DSWD. Pinag-antay nyo kami ng 15 minutes. Mind you, I've been here 10:30. Huwag tayo mabansagan na Filipino time. Yun yung sikat na sikat tayo sa buong mundo eh. Pag sinabing Filipino time, late palagi. In fairness to them, hindi lang naman sila, meron pang ibang mga resource persons sa mga ibang hearing ko, Mr. Chair, na ako mismo ang chairman, na ganun din eh, late. Wag naman, mahihaya naman kayo sa mga senador na maaga pumunta rito.
Senator Tulfo, do you have any opening remarks po?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before anything else, I would like to add to your observation you made earlier pertaining to the absence of some resource persons despite the invitation. Meron lang po akong na-observe din. This is not the first time, I think quite a few times. Super VIP to mga taga-DSWD. Pinag-antay nyo kami ng 15 minutes. Mind you, I've been here 10:30 and Mr. Chair's been here as well. So sana wag naman ganon. Wag tayo mabansagan na Filipino time. Yun yung sikat na sikat tayo sa buong mundo eh. Pag sinabing Filipino time, late palagi. Next time, do your best. In fairness to them, hindi lang naman sila, meron pang ibang mga resource persons sa mga ibang hearing ko, Mr. Chair, na ako mismo ang chairman, na ganun din eh, late. Wag naman, mahihaya naman kayo sa mga senador na maaga pumunta rito. Okay? Thank you. Now, Mr. Chair, if you'll allow me, meron lang po sana akong kunting mga katanungan lang and then later on, we can proceed with that. Yes, kasi during the last hearing, nakausap po natin yung Secretary ng Department of Health pertaining dun sa bullying sa mga doctors sa mga ospital. Okay, so meron na ho ba tayong development dito, Secretary Herbosa?
Yes, Senator, Mr. Chair. Gusto ko sana i-update yung meron 2 cases of suicide allegedly related to bullying. Kinonfirm po ng ating director ng East Avenue Medical Center na yung kanyang ad hoc committee inimbestigahan at hindi naman po related doon sa wala daw bullying na nangyari doon sa 2 suicide cases. Yung duties nila were really their duties as first years, pero may mga personal problem pala yung dalawa.
Okay.
And the families are not pursuing any case of bullying against the hospital. So parang close.
We're talking about
sa
sa Quezon City at sa Manila. I did not mention the name of the hospital, pero ikaw na nag-mention. So meron pa sa Manila. Kasi ang nakarating sa akin, mismo from the hospital staff, ito raw po yung mga first year college, yung mga first year na mga doktor nagtitrain sa ospital na yon, na sila'y nabubuli at hindi na doon nila makayanan yung pressure, yung pamamahiya. That's why they committed suicide. So you said not related doon sa trabaho, personal matters, yung sa Maynila at maging sa East Avenue.
Yung sa Maynila, sir, well, this is the one from the University Hospital. Wala tayong jurisdiction doon, pero ang sabi sa akin, 10 years old na raw yung report na case na yun. So, ang family decision then about the suicide is they don't want to be investigated.
Sige.
So, and then para sa
yung sa
information
UST lang, po, Doc, na ni-rape ng kanyang senior.
Ay, hindi ko na na-follow up yun. Kasi legal, may case yata yun, sir.
Sige.
Sir, for your
investigated,
information,
Doc.
ang isa is on the reiteration of the rights of healthcare workers against bullying, harassment, and discrimination. So may draft kami, we will provide your office with a copy of this draft. And the other one is, nag-survey kami sa mga hospitals namin. We found kung may mga nagre-report. At meron kaming 2 na nakita out of 26 reports. Kasi may 26 reports. Usually nagre-report yung bullying, Senator, sa 888 or some other channels. Pero hindi nagbibigay ng detail. So our problem is we have like 26 na ni-report na bullying daw. Pero pag investigate walang detalya. So ang hirap mag-forward except for 4 cases. So may 4 cases kaming inaksyonan din at may mga findings yung aming team. So may sistema na po. Ang bali sasabihin ko in short is that para anyone that is being bullied in any of our hospitals can address grievance to our open kami sa Department of Health that they can complain to us.
So meron po kayong
confidentially.
hotline, sir,
Ma-
that they can call kahit na in confidence and then ma-actionan po ng DOH. Kasi more often than not, these victims of bullying, doctors, victims of bullying, itong mga first year sa residents, takot po sila magsumbong dahil baka sila po'y mabalikan at lalo po silang ipitin.
Sige sir, i-announce na lang namin yung hotline namin. Although meron kaming available for mental health, meron kaming hotline.
Do you have
na
that in your website, sir? Nakalagay doon yung cellphone number or telephone
Palalagay
number
ko po.
or
Palalagay.
email?
Ilalagay po natin para...
Ilalagay nyo pa lang po.
grievance, opo.
At matagal na po yung nangyari itong pangbubuli
So,
po sa mga
ang
doktor.
aming crisis
The reason why,
hotline-
sir, excuse me, para maintindihan po natin lahat dito, the reason why I'm raising this up, this issue, for me, this is really important. Marami na po akong natatanggap ng mga complaints from patients sa mga public hospitals na nasisigawan, napapagalitan, na nabubuli po ng mga doktor. And mostly, these doctors are, sila yung mga residents, yung mga first year, second year. Bakit ganun sila mag-akto? Kasi biktima rin silang pambubuli. So yung ginagawa sa kanilang mga seniors, pagdating doon sa ER, pagdating doon sa floor, ginagawa nila sa kanilang mga pasyente. Do you understand po, Doc?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And do you agree with me na ganun po usual ang nangyari? So dapat po, we have to take care of our doctors para the doctors will take good care of the patients. And then, follow-up din po, meron na ba kayong ginawa doon sa sinasabi ko na magpaskil sa lahat ng mga ospital, yung patient's rights and doctor's rights as well?
Yeah.
Has that been done?
Yes po, yung sa East Avenue, meron na silang pinadala sa aking mga poster on bullying and rights. Tapos meron din kaming number na, yung number ng aming crisis
I
hotline
mean
is
po, Doc,
1553.
sa mga ER, dapat may nakapaskil na mababasa po ng mga pasyente, ano po yung mga karapatan ng mga pasyente, ito po yung mga karapatan ninyo. Hindi kayo pwedeng palayasin kung wala kayong pera, kailangan gamutin muna kayo, etc. etc.
Ginawanan sa East Avenue po ito.
Good.
So nag-post na sila. Tapos,
Very good.
Again,
Wag lang po dapat sa isabi nyo, sa lahat po dapat ng
Lahat po.
ospital. Not only public, pati private po. Para malaman po ng mga pasyente kung ano po yung mga karapatan nila.
sige po, we'll issue an administrative order to make notices sa emergency rooms. about
Can
patient
I
rights.
get a copy of that administrative order once
Yes, sir.
it's issued, sir?
Yes, sir. We will submit to your office.
Okay. So, doon sa bullying,
Yung sa bullying,
ma-stop
repeat
na?
ko lang po yung hotline, crisis hotline 1553. At may cellphone number kung gusto nila, 0919-057-1553 or 0917-899-8727.
Okay. Sige po. Basta next hearing po, gusto ko po makakita ng memorandum from you instructing all hospitals na kailangan magpaskil na ng mga patients' rights, even doctors' rights, para maging aware naman po yung mga pasyente, especially sa mga public hospitals. Okay, so okay
Yes, Mr.
tayo
Chair,
dyan, Doc.
we will comply.
Now, another observation that I have, Doc, that I had in the past, bakit po sa mga ospital ang mga gamot ay mamahal? Especially po when it comes to inpatient. So, hindi po nabibigyan ng option ang pasyente kung ano ibibigay sa kanila, yun na lang po talaga ang tatanggapin nila. At bakit po branded? Dapat po pag sa mga public hospitals, habang maaari, dapat yung mga gamot na kinikerry po ay generic. Do you agree with me, Doc? Kasi most of the patients that goes to the public hospitals are poor. So why give them branded medicines?
Agree po. Usually po, ang procurement of medicines in public hospitals is by public bidding, 9184. At kuminsan, ang nananalo po ay yung branded. But most of the time, alam ko, generic ang mas mura. So yun ang nananalo po.
Kaya nga po, Doc, so bakit nyo ipapayaga mag-bid pala itong mga branded kung sila'y mamahal? I'll give you an example, Doc. I'll give you an example. Ito, Doc, Secretary, I'm sorry, I've been calling you. Anyway, doctor ka naman din, ano? Oh, good, tama lang. Tramadol, this is a pain medication if I'm not mistaken, right? Yung branded, 128 pesos and 50 cents. Yung generic, 9 pesos and 75 cents. You see the big difference, Secretary? So now, ito yung nakakabulabog. And I know this for a fact because I've been a patient several times at different hospitals. Sa mga inpatient, kung ano ibibigay sa pasyente ng doktor, yun na yun, iinumin ng pasyente and then i-charge na lang. Diba? Without asking the patient first na ang ibibigay namin sa iyo ay branded. Okay ba sa iyo? Or ang bibigay namin sa iyo is generic. More often than not, wala nang question. So kaya nga, tulad nitong sinabi ko, Tramador, ang laki ng difference. Although siguro, i-charge ito sa PhilHealth, pero PhilHealth is government. So nasa-short change pa rin yung gobyerno. So my point is, dapat sa mga public hospitals, huwag na ho tayo magbenta ng mga branded. Yung generic na lang.
Existing na po yung executive order on the use of Philippine National Drug Formulary or generic drugs sa public hospitals. Ang only reason I can give as a doctor, because there are cases, nung nagpa-practice po ako, may cases na generic ang binili ng hospital pero hindi siya clinically effective. So hanggang mangyayari yun, nire-report namin yun sa procurement service. At that's the reason why some hospitals will carry probably the branded because the efficacy clinically is different.
At sino po nagsasabi na mas maganda po yung branded compare sa mga generic?
Hindi ko siya sabing mas maganda.
Hindi, yung sabi niyo po efficacy. So may clinical study po.
Yeah, because sometimes pag nagpa-practice ka, binibigay mo yung generic, yun ang binibili ng pasyente sa hospital.
I mean, Secretary, you said may clinical studies na mas effective ang branded kaysa generic. Can I see those clinical studies?
They're the same as long as the bioequivalence and bioavailabilities are the same.
Okay.
So yun ang problema. Not all drugs are created the same. So even if they're generic, doesn't mean may potency. Kung minsan, yung percentage of the available active component is also lower. So yun yung mga problema po. Sometimes it's cheaper but the quality is not that good. So tama naman, generics and branded should be the same. However, may manufacturing, merong yung iba nandadaya. Meron pong gano'n, nandadaya yung percentage, gagawin 90% lang. So yung efficacy, kitang-kita ng doktor, hindi ko nawawala yung pain ko.
Kaya nga po, nandiyan po kayo para ipascreen niyo po sa
If I may lang po, Senator Rafi, bakit pumapasok sa utak ng Pilipino o kahit saan na, for example, ayoko ng pangalanan yung brand, bakit mas prefer nila yung branded kesa dito sa mga ordinary na generic? Yun ang naka-mindset na sa about isa. Bakit po ganon as Secretary of Health? Bakit
Hindi ko alam kung patient po yan. Ano? Usually, may tawag sila, yung hiyang sa kanila. Like if you're taking certain medications, magpapalit ka, mas mura, generic. Pero makikita sa monitoring, hindi tumababa yung sugar mo, hindi bumababa yung blood pressure mo. Yung doktor mismo, ibabalik ka dun sa gamot na inumpisahan niya. So sometimes, it's really yun yung sinasabi kong clinical outcome. So yung doktor, binabantayan ko sa clinic, pareho ni reseta ko sa'yo, generic. Ang gagawin nun, mag-experiment siya, ibabalikan niya sa branded, and then mako-control.
Okay,
so ito yung mga sinasabi kong differences.
Secretary, kung ganun pala, meron kayong mga findings, clinical studies, na halimbawa yung isang particular gamot, hindi siya effective kumpara sa isang branded, dapat meron kayong mga listahan na yan, and the public should be informed, and through the FDA. Di ba?
Yan po yung sagot
hindi yung kayo lang po nakakaalam noon.
Mr. Chair, yan po yung sagot sa tanong nyo kung bakit may mga branded sa public hospitals. Kasi ibig sabihin nun, baka the previous year, yung supplier hindi maganda. Hindi lang po sa mga iniinom na gamot, sometimes sa anesthetics, may nakikitang ganito. Tinurok, hindi nagka-anesthesia. So, the next year, hindi nabibili nun. So, for safety, kung minsan bumibili po yung public hospital noong branded. So, yan po ang...
Pwede makasingit? I'm not saying you're lying, pero I'm saying na half-truth yung mga sinasabi ninyo. I'll tell you why. Bakit piniprefer yung branded sa mga ospital, sa mga pharmacy, bakit inireseta? Kasi nga po, may tinatawag na junket. Alam niyo po yon. Yung mga doktor, good time ng mga pharmaceutical companies sa mga seminar, sa abroad, schooling, free airfare, business class, hotel accommodation, food, entertainment, etc., etc. And we're talking about the millions of pesos or even dollars. Now, syempre, ito mga pharmaceutical companies, hindi ito manlilibre, mag-good time ng mga doktor nang walang kapalit. What's in it for us? You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Ganun po yun. Kaya itong mga doktor, magre-reseta sila ng mga branded kasi yun ang nag-good time sa kanila. Yung generic na hindi nag-good time sa kanila, hindi na reseta. You follow me, Doc, sir?
Meron po tayong tinatawag na...
And that's unethical, right?
Meron po tayong tinatawag, Mr. Chair, na Mexico Protocol, and the Philippines follows this professionally. All professional organizations are supposed to not accept yung ganitong gifts from the pharmaceutical industry based on the Mexico Protocol. At tayo po ay signatory and all professionals are expected
Okay.
to do so. Kung meron pong makitaan na ganitong halaman, kinakasuhan po yung pharmaceutical company at pine-penalize sila. So meron silang penalty from their own association, the Philippine Association of Pharmaceutical Industry. So nagse-self-police sila dyan among them. Pagka may nagja-junket, yung junket po nung araw, kasi since we have accepted
Doc, sorry,
Mexico
di ko na
Protocol,
matiis po. Doc, were you born yesterday?
hindi po, alam ko yan, nangyayari yung junket nung araw, pero sinasabi ko
No,
po
Doc, ngayon nangyayari. You want me to prove?
Oo, pero kasuhan natin sila, sir. So, meron tayong avenue to file cases against these people with the pharmaceutical industry, lalo na yung mga pharmaceutical na gumagawa ng mga gifts. Gifts like this should be declared as donations to the hospital or donations or grants to educational institutions. So, kung junket siya, pwedeng kasuhan yung cases ng mga yan po.
This practice violates the code of ethics of the medical profession for doctors because, number one, it affects their autonomy in giving the best and most affordable health care to patients. Number two, in a way, exploits patients for the doctor's personal gain. Number three, does not improve access to equitable health care. Now, Doc, you're saying na
Agree
wala
po,
na itong
kaya
junket.
pwede pong kasuhan.
Marami pa
Pwedeng
pong,
kasuhan ng mga
even while we
doktor
speak,
na tumatanggap po.
even while we speak, meron na po mga naka-schedule na mga junket para sa mga, Doc, please don't laugh. This is a serious matter. Even while we speak, sir, even while we speak, may mga naka-schedule na po, punta sa US, sa Canada, sa Australia, kung saan-saan bansa. Doc, let me finish. Let me finish. And I can prove this from doctors. May mga doktor po ako nagsusumbong sa akin. Ito yung mga babait na doktor na hindi sila pumapayag, hindi sila tumatanggap. Even while we speak, may mga naka-schedule na po. As far as December na. Kuminsan, yung Las Vegas, yung isang hotel dyan sa Las Vegas, punong-puno yan ng mga doktor from different countries, kasama dyan Pilipinas. Libre po yung airfare, libre po yung hotel accommodation, libre yung registration, libre pa pati pansugal sa casino. Now, yan yung dahilan kung bakit matataas ang presyo ng mga gamot dito. Siyempre, yung mga pharmaceutical companies, kailangan nilang kumita din, bumawi. Tataasan nila yung presyo ng mga gamot nila. And that's the reason bakit itong mga doktor, hindi naman po lahat, na mag-issue silang reseta, magreseta silang gamot sa kanilang mga pasyente without putting the generic conversion equivalent. Kasi dapat do, di ba, maglagay sila sa reseta yung branded and then sa baba generic or the other way around. May mga doktor na gumagawa niyan, pero may mga doktor na wala, hindi nilagay yung generic name because busog-busog sila doon sa pharmaceutical companies na nag-good time sa kanila, pasintabi sa mga doktor na tatamaan. And you know, that's reality, Doc. And don't tell me na stop na yan, because if you tell me na stop na yan, next week, sa next hearing, babalik ako, mapapahiya po kayo, Secretary.
Mr. Chair,
So, wait a minute, let me ask you.
We welcome
So,
if there are charges against doctors.
Okay. No, wait a minute.
Against them should be filed with the
Secretary, let me finish.
Professional
Let me
Regulation
finish
Commission.
first, please. Ang question ko po sa inyo, Secretary, you still stand by your word na wala ng junket? Yes or no?
Hindi ko po sinabing walang junket. Sinabi ko po, meron tayong Mexico Protocol at Code of Ethics. At kung may kaso na doktor at ka-pharmaceutical na nagva-violate nito, pwedeng mag-file ng kaso. Yan po ang sinabi ko, Mr. Chair.
Then, it is your job dyan sa DOH para to find out bakit nangyayari pa rin ito. At kung nangyayari ito, then sampa kayo ng kaso. Meron ba nasampa ng kaso? Wala.
Yes, Mr. Chair, this is practice of medicine. The regulation of the Department of Health by law is the facilities. The practice of medicine is under the Professional Regulation Commission, Mr. Chair.
Kaya nga po, with DOH and Professional Regulation Commission, then kasama ho kayo dyan, may coordination, then sampahan nyo po ng kaso yung mga dapat sampahan ng kaso.
Yes,
Dapat
sir,
may
we will
masampuan.
coordinate. In fact, we have filed cases. In fact, when I was undersecretary, we filed a case against a DOH hospital doctor for having accepted a gift from a pharmaceutical industry.
And you recognize, Doc, na this is rampant, right? Kasi if you said no, then I'll say you were born yesterday.
I never said no, Mr. Chair. And I also never said it's not rampant. So, wala akong
So
knowledge.
you agree with me na it's rampant? Na it's
Wala
happening?
akong knowledge if it is rampant.
Then you should,
But I know for a fact that
it's happening.
the regulations are there for people to file cases against
I know
erring
that
doctors
there's regulation,
and
sir.
erring pharmaceuticals.
Sir, I know that there's regulation. You and I know, and I have this paper to prove it. But what I'm trying to point out here, there's regulation pero hindi na-regulate. There's regulation pero hindi na-implement. Implementation is important. That's why we're here today. That's why you're there as the Secretary of DOH. And you have so many people at your disposal to make sure that implementation is going to be implemented.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we will implement the law.
Thank you very much. Kasi kanina, sorry, Secretary Doc, sabi mo parang ang dating sa akin na parang wala na yung junket dati, meron parang ngayon wala na. Like I said, kung gusto nyo po, sa December pa lang, meron na po mga booking, airfare, meron pong mga booking sa mga hotel, sa mga doctors, by the thousands and thousands, di ba, na ginagastos, hundreds of thousands, even dolyar pa po. I'm sure alam niyo po ito, Doc. Kasi pag sinabi niyo na hindi niyo alam na it exists, I'm sorry, Doc, I'm not insulting you. Then sasabihin ko, pinanganak ka lang kahapon. Kasi bilang DOH Secretary, alam niyo po yung mga nangyari sa ground, especially a former doctor in your case. And I respect you being kaya nga po kayo naging Secretary ng DOH because you're a good doctor, I would presume. Tama, sir?
Tama, Mr. Chair. We will investigate this and your claims. We'll be happy to receive any knowledge that your office has, and we will conduct the further investigation.
And at the same time, we will be more than happy dito kung bigyan niyo po kami yung memo na papasa niyo sa mga doktor para magkaroon ng pagbabago sa mga ospital, magkakaroon po mga paskil tungkol sa mga patients' rights. Tama, Doc?